Consider this. Your phone rings and you look. The caller ID appears on the screen. God, dear God, what would you do if you respond to it right away? Otherwise, you'll be afraid and feeling uncertain about what God would say. Would he say anything to you if he called? Comfort, adjustment, or direction every day God calls us to, via phone, but by his own words, spirit, and the things that happen in our life. The true query is, are we listening? I would like to discuss the meaning of hearing the voice of God and how do we answer his summons. Does God truly speak to us now, according to the Bible? He explains in Hebrews 1 verses 1 to 2 that God used the prophets to communicate with his people, talks both now and in the past through his. According to John 10 verse 27, my son Jesus Christ, I can identify the sheep that hear my voice. They adhere to me, indicating that God communicates with those who adhere to him, but it's not necessarily. As we anticipate, God's voice might not appear as a sound rather than he uses scripture and prayer to communicate with the holy, even the spirit of life. Conditions in 1 Kings. Elijah learned in 19:1113 that God's wasn't in the wind during the earthquake or fire, although in a mild murmur. How frequently do we overlook those whispers as we're too preoccupied with the world's cacophony? Consider when was the last time your heart nudged to show someone forgiveness by doing something nice? Alternatively, spending more time with God might. That's been his call, and it's simple to. If we're not paying, we'll miss his voice. Please pay attentively as I tell you the tale of. One day, Moses was caring for several sheep. He was summoned by God through a burning bush. This encounter was unexpected by Moses, and he initially questioned himself, asking who should I go to, God instead of Pharaoh? Promised him, I'll be with you. The Exodus 31-12. We can learn anything from this story. Significant. The qualified aren't called he by God. Makes the call Moses didn't believe. Although he was competent, God sent something in Moses was unable to recognize in himself. Perhaps you feel uncertain like Moses, not qualified or even fearful. Yet if you feel God calling you, it's not your skills, but rather your readiness to put your faith in him. So how does God first give us a call now through Bible 2? Timothy 3:16-17 serves as a reminder that all Scripture is inspired by God and helpful for instructing, rectifying, and directing us in morality. When we read the Bible, we are directly hearing the voice of God. Second, prayer is how God communicates. It is more than simply conversing with God. It's regarding hearing. Psalm 46 verse 10 states that, remain calm and recognize that I am God. When we can hear him more if we calm our hearts.